The question was, if you go to Southern Polytechnic now, are you going to have to reapply to go to KSU? That'd be a piece of cake, though, right? Students who are enrolled in either one of the two separate institutions after consolidation will still be enrolled in the consolidated institution. Yes.
Is there talk yet on transportation between the two locations, like a trolley from here to KSU?
Question is, has there been any discussion yet about transportation between the two locations? The answer is not yet, but that's something that will certainly be on the table to look at. And I know that Kennesaw State has buses, so we'll see how that plays out. Yes, ma'am.
I have a request, and not necessarily a question, and it's selfish. As much input as you have, I would like to ask you to push to keep our department, ETCMA, as a we've done a lot, and we've worked really hard. That's the request.
Okay, and for those of you who couldn't hear, that was not a question but a request to use whatever influence I may have to preserve the integrity of academic departments here. And we have a lot of programs and departments here that are unique, that do not have any overlap, and so I think that becomes an easier case to make. Yes, sir.
How does it affect students that are currently in jobs or seeking jobs on campus?
Question is, how does it affect students who have jobs or are currently seeking jobs on campus? I think in the short term, it probably doesn't have much of an effect because it's not a long-term position. As we get closer to a consolidation date, we'll have more information about that, and we may be making some different or more conservative decisions. But in the short term, I don't think there'll be much effect on student employees. Is that usually by semester? Okay. So it's not the same as hiring permanent employees on a long-term basis. Yes, sir.
I've traveled thousands of miles just to come to Southern Poly, and everything about Southern Poly I love and I like, and I don't want to change anything about it. Now, you know, I'm in emotional distress when I heard the news. How do we deal with this emotional distress? It's not just me, a lot of people. No, like, how do we deal with it? It's going to affect my schooling. I'm going to be class. I can't focus. This is very shaking right now.
Well, the question is...
One more thing. I'm an architecture student, and I pretty much live in this school. As the officer, they see me every single day, 24/7. This is my home. This place is my home. You guys are just, well, they're just taking, you know, like kicking us to the curb. It's ridiculous. Like, but nobody voices their opinion to how they should. Nobody wants to do anything. You know, everybody just, okay, we'll just let it slide. We're gonna work with it. No, they're you know, affecting all of us.
And this is from an architecture student who came thousands of miles to come here and has a deep commitment to the institution and to the program. And I don't see the program going away. I mean, the faculty that you have, the space that you have, is still part of the program you're enrolled in. And it's a larger structure that's changing, but it should not be affecting, this consolidation should not affect that relationship between faculty and students in the classroom and laboratory and studio.
How do we cope emotionally, though?
How do you cope emotionally? Yeah, actually, it's a good question. And there are ways in which an experience like this, such a profound change in this institution and our relationship to it, it feels like we're losing something. And
we're losing a lot.
And there is a standard, kind of a standard set of experiences, reactions that can be expected in the face of loss. And we all go through them. And it starts, you probably all know this too, it starts with denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And some of you are probably still in the denial and the anger part of that. And I think I'm hearing that in your voice, and I understand completely. And we're losing something. We need to be thinking about what we're gaining in terms of opportunities, in terms of more resources, in terms of more opportunities for students, more student organizations, and to think about it more broadly. But your reaction, I understand it completely. And in truth, for people who are having a lot of distress about that, it might be worth making an appointment at the counseling center and talking about it. And we have great counseling services here on campus. So, yes, sir.
How will this affect school fees, living expenses?
The effect on fees isn't clear yet. We have different sets of fees at Kennesaw State and Southern Polytechnic, and the Board of Regents will take a look at those fees and figure out a new set of fees for the combined institution. But that's something that we don't set fees on this campus, or does Kennesaw. The Board of Regents sets the fees, and so that'll be their responsibility. Yes, ma'am.
Once they merge, will they still be able to guarantee, and I talk about class sizes, that we'll be able to be in the classes that we need? I know here, admissions works with you, they work with you, your advisors work with you to make sure that if there's a class that you need, and it looks like it's going to be full, but you need that class, you're taken care of and you get that class. That doesn't happen in KSU, because I know people that go there, and they don't get in their classes if they don't make it in the first section of registration.
Question has to do with the ability of students to get classes and recognizing how well the faculty and staff here at Southern Polytechnic work with students to help make that possible. And I can't speak to exactly how that'll work, but there's a deep commitment to making sure that students get the courses they need and to get the classes you need to progress in your degree and graduate. So I can't tell you exactly how that'll work, but the commitment that exists here will continue. Yes.
Will our past college or AP credits be reset for KSU system, or will they stay retroactive?
Is the question about students who have already come here with...
AP credits. Is that going to be changed for KSU system, or whether or not they accept?
I can't imagine that they would be. That if someone who came here with AP credit or credit transferred from another institution that was accepted here, nothing changes about that. Yes.
Speaking to the mic.
I'm going to take a couple more questions, and then let me suggest that there are a lot of these questions I can't answer. I don't have answers now. I'm probably not going to have answers Monday. But we will have an open forum at 4 o'clock on Monday afternoon in the ballroom with both Dan Papp, who's the president of Kennesaw State, and me. And we'll hear from him, and we'll both do our best to answer additional questions. So let's have a couple more. Scott, I do this with great trepidation. No, press is still here.
Dr. Rossbacher, am I still going to be able to wear my t-shirt at next fall's pledge campaign? You know the one I'm talking about.
You could wear that every day as far as